မြန်မာနိုင်ငံနေပြည်တော်တပြေကုန်းမှာဖွင့်လှစ်ထားရှိတဲ့ International Leadership University မှာပါမောက္ခချုပ်တာဝန်ထမ်းဆောင်နေသူ Professor Dr. Richard Day နဲ့ဥက္ကဋ္ဌလူပုဂ္ဂိုလ်များရဲ့အကြောင်းကိုဘူတုဒပွားများစေရန်တင်ဆက်ပြီးဖြစ်ပါတယ်။မြန်မာနိုင်ငံအတွင်းမှာမှီတင်းနေထိုင်ကြတဲ့တိုင်းရင်းသားပြည်သူမိဘပြည်သူအပေါင်းဟာမည်သည့်ဒေသမှာနေထိုင်သည်ဖြစ်စေမည်သည့်ဘာသာကိုးကွယ်သည်ဖြစ်စေမည်သည့်လူမျိုးဖြစ်သည်ဖြစ်စေပြည်ထောင်စုသမ္မတမြန်မာနိုင်ငံတော်ကြီးရဲ့အကျိုးကိုမျက်ခြေမပြတ်ရန်ရှေးရှုဥတည်ကြရန်လိုအပ်ပါတယ်။မြန်မာနိုင်ငံတော်သူနိုင်ငံတော်သားအားလုံးဟာအမျိုးသားရေးအကျိုးစီးပွားများကိုလည်းအထူးအလေးထားသင့်ကြပါတယ်။နိုင်ငံတွင်းမှာရှိတဲ့အမျိုးမျိုးအထွေထွေသောလူမျိုးစာပေယဉ်ကျေးမှုဓလေ့ထုံးတမ်းများဟာအယောင်သွေးစုံလင်လှတဲ့အလှပတရားများဖြစ်ပါပေတယ်။မြန်မာနိုင်ငံတော်ကြီးရဲ့စာပေယဉ်ကျေးမှုဓလေ့ထုံးတမ်းယဉ်ကျေးမှုများဟာဒရရှိဒရမဲ့ယဉ်ကျေးမှုအမွေအနှစ်များနဲ့ပြည့်စုံနေပါတယ်။အမတန်တန်ဖိုးရှိလာတဲ့ယဉ်ကျေးမှုအမွေအနှစ်များကိုပြည်ထောင်စုသားများတိုင်းရင်းသားလုပ်သားပြည်သူများကအထူးအလေးထားလိုက်နာကြရမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်။တန်ဖိုးထားကြရမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်။နိုင်ငံသားတိုင်းတစ်ပါးသားများကမြန်မာနိုင်ငံအတွင်းမှာရှိတဲ့ကောင်းမွန်မြင့်မြတ်လာတဲ့ယဉ်ကျေးမှုအမွေအနှစ်များအစဉ်အလာများဓလေ့ထုံးတမ်းများစသည်တို့ကိုအထူးတန်ဖိုးထားထိမ့်သိမ်းနေကြတဲ့အချိန်မှာမြန်မာနိုင်ငံသူနိုင်ငံသားများကလည်းတက်ညီလက်ညီနဲ့အလားတူထိမ့်သိမ်းဆောင်ရွက်သင့်ကြပါပေတယ်။နိုင်ငံအတွင်းမှာမှီတင်းနေထိုင်ကြတဲ့နိုင်ငံသူနိုင်ငံသားများဟာဘာသာရေးဆွဲလူမျိုးရေးဆွဲပုဂ္ဂိုလ်ရေးဆွဲဒေသအဆွဲစတဲ့အဆွဲများကင်းရှင်းအောင်ဆောင်ရွက်ပြီးမြန်မာနိုင်ငံတော်ကြီးကိုမှန်ကန်စွာချစ်ခင်တတ်ကြပါစေတန်ဖိုးထားနိုင်ကြပါစေကြောင်းဆုတောင်းမေတ္တာပို့သအပ်ပါတယ်။
Okay, before moving to our next questions, right now in Myanmar, as you know, you can see everywhere, you've been so many parts of Myanmar. Public sector and government university is a bit different with private university, teaching technique, and you see other social function as well. That you also have the idea to promote not only for the education capacity and educational aspect, but also other talent and talent skillfulness also required for our new generation, right?
Sure.
So may I know your future plan of ILU, how to build up our new generation capacity for the long run? Please look around our Myanmar Education Center and then suggest and give me and show the good ways and means to improve our society, Myanmar society, along with your future plan of ILU.
Yeah.
So
sure.
Yeah.
No, thanks. It's a great question. You know, we mentioned before, so I'll just highlight that in most very successful countries, and by successful I mean peaceful, economically successful, and in healthcare in particular, that they have long lives.
Yeah.
That they tend to have an ecosystem that includes both government or public universities and private universities. And the private universities are not the sort of predatory, I just want to give you a certificate, a degree, you know, that kind of, but they're really looking at how do we commercialize this? How do we get this to the people? How do we get all this basic new knowledge and research over to these folks? And there's a system of public-private partnerships that often work,
exactly,
PPPs,
right.
which we would love to do.
Yeah.
Right? And you know, we certainly, around the world, by the way, other universities are doing this with us. So, you know, we have partners in India, we have partners in Malaysia, we have partners in Switzerland and France, and Russia, in Korea, and, you know, we're all around the world, universities are saying, wow, what ILU is doing is amazing. We want to be a part of that.
Good.
Well, we very much want to do that with both public and private universities here in this country. We don't look at it at this point that they're competitors at all, not even the private ones. There's a lot of good folks down in Yangon, for example, and in Mandalay. And we want to support them. We want the rising tide lifts all boats. It's an old
All of them are
right?
partners.
Yeah, we want we want the whole country to grow.
Yeah.
So we're not, whether you're a student with us or you're a student with, another university, that's great, or college or what have you. But we certainly do want to partner with government universities, and we have many, faculties from there who teach here. We do a lot of partnerships. I'll give you an example. Right up, not very far from here is Yezin Agricultural University. And they have one of the great seed banks in, the greatest in Myanmar, and one of the great ones in Asia, frankly. I think Koika funded it many years ago, I think.
Yeah.
But they keep seeds at tremendously low temperatures, and they're for every kind of plant that is grown agriculturally in Myanmar.
Yeah.
Now that's really important, because we could face at some point, what if, for example, some particular fungus or disease, or there's a pandemic in rice, for example. We would be in trouble then, right?
Yeah,
So we
exactly.
need to keep those seeds of all these different varietals and so forth. And they've got brilliant professors up there doing that. Now, that's sitting there. Their job is to keep that and to test it and to maintain it. They're sort of the guardians of that, and to really understand it on a level that's deeper than anybody could understand, deeper than anyone here could understand.
Yeah.
Our job is to figure out, how do we get that to help people? How do we commercialize things? So, for example, we recently started a project with an Indian university, largest private university in India, as well as with a university in Vietnam. And we said, we want to work with Yezin on this. We said, so you have access to, you've got all this crops, you've got the footage, you've got the seeds, what if we have some people in a different ASEAN country give us some sensors that we're going to physically put onto corn and onto sugarcane and in rice fields? Because they have these sensors that are and they'll measure how much water is in it, how many insects, how many, blah, 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 right? How fast is it growing? We'll use our indigenous seeds, our indigenous crops, because we know what we want to grow here, right? We need to, for security, we need to make sure everybody has enough food. We'll use these new sensors to try to measure what's happening with the plant. Is it living? Is it dying? And so forth. And then we go to India, because India is really good at software right now. They're very aggressive in software.
System advanced, very
So
advanced.
very advanced, right? So we've gone to them and we've said, we want you to develop what would be the equivalent of an LLM, a large language model, but about diseases. And you'll be able to gather data in real time from the plants in Myanmar, going through these sensors that we borrowed from another country. And the three of us will be able to read online, through a secure internet platform, what's happening, and we'll be able to test various, fertilizers and herbicides and pesticides in natural ways. Because our thought is there might be some indigenous, we used to be the rice bowl of Asia, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we can bring some of that back. But we can do something that it would be harder for example, many, I'm not saying Yezin, but many government universities to do, because they're very busy. They've got a lot of work to do. They're very regulated, and they do a wonderful job at what they do. And sometimes it's difficult for other universities to want to work with government. The political reasons. So what we can do is we can say, let's develop something that just helps people.
Yeah.
And we'll do it as a public-private partnership. And if we can get into that mindset and get away from the mindset of, wait, you're taking a student from me, you're competing. No, we're not. Not at all. Nobody, no. We want them to grow. We want to grow. We want our, quote-unquote competitors to grow as well. We want the whole market to grow until Myanmar becomes known for its brilliant strategy, until we become known as that's the smart country to go. Boy, that's the country you want to do business with, because those guys are really cool. Never cheat you, always very ethical, very honest, and they're on the cutting edge of something, right?
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
which is sort of what China is working on as well, in a much larger project than we have.
Good.
But so that's the way we see them actually working together very well, and I think they should work together. And so whether it's working with the Ministry of Education or Ministry of Science and Technology, or with the public university, or with quote unquote competing business schools or colleges or universities in other countries, other cities here in Myanmar, we're very happy to do it. I think there's a lot of win-win-win situations
Okay.
there.
Good. Okay. Thank you.